Where's the energy? Where's the vibes? Wow. This is our sixth event. We know NABAN is still, a young seedling, but we really would like to applaud the committee, the investors, and the team for putting in so much effort and growing the club, the group, to the place that it is right now. Without further ado, where is Josiah? So before we get into the festivities, into the run of the program, I'd just like to call upon Josiah. He's one of our investors, as well as a committee member of NABAN, to speak through the terms and conditions of our pitch event. So for those that don't know, NABAN is the Namibia Business Angel Network, which is a group of multifaceted, multi-diverse individuals and professionals from different sectors, industries, and backgrounds, who are very much passionate about the startup ecosystem and empowering and supporting the business landscape in Namibia. And they do so by investing in these businesses that need funding, mentorship, support, various different areas that require strengthening in order for them to scale up or to just grow from the beginning. But there are rules which people would like to know, because several people apply to pitch every time, and they're like, why didn't I make it? I don't understand why I'm not there. And we can only have 4 to 5 pitches per session per event. So I just had to call up Josiah to explain why, so that I'm not under fire anymore and everybody fully understands how and why our deserved applicants get to the stage. Can we please put our hands together for Josiah?
Obviously, as Nina said, quite a number of entrepreneurs apply every time to pitch, and only a few are selected. So typically, what we look for is businesses that are running, have generated some revenue, typically about more than $50,000 since inception. Although, if we really believe that the business is quite innovative, we will make an exception, and we will then, include them to pitch. Since we obviously started, we have had a few successful pitches on the stage. I think from what I'm counting, there's more or less one startup that gets an investment almost every pitch. So I think our very first pitch event, we had one successful investment from Toroli online store, and then we recently completed investment in Moon Snacks, and we're also currently completing one into Leo Canapers, as well as another one in an entity called 2 Point Delivery. So there's been quite a number of entities that have received investments, and then one particular entity I'm aware of from the last pitch event is also under due diligence right now to receive investment as well. So I think this is a good platform to get investments. So from our angel investors, we also have a few angel investors online as well today that can attend. So that's why we also partially set this up so they can also attend virtually. And we also have an angel investor as well that is that's attending virtually all the way from Italy, as well as a pitcher who's going to be pitching from the US. So that is really some of the reach we have here. So in terms of the rules, so each entrepreneur will get 5 minutes to pitch the business, and then the judges, the angel investors that are present here today will also get then 5 minutes to ask questions, and then from there, if any of the angels are interested in your business, what will happen is they'll contact us, they'll contact Nita, and then we will then put them in touch. And then they will have further conversations, and if those conversations are successful, then ideally an investment will follow. So this is just really the first step. As I said before, we also have opened not only our angels training online as well as our one pitcher. We also have an online audience as well. So I'd like to welcome you all. And as I said, we're really testing this out today. And all goes well, we would really like to continue also showing the good work that NABAN is doing online. So thank you very much, everyone, physical attendance as well as online, for joining us today. Nita?
This is why I like Josiah. Short and sweet. I don't have to struggle. It doesn't take 30 years with my mic. I'm kidding. Thank you so much, Josiah. As he said, welcome to those who are joining us online and also physically here. We do appreciate your presence. It is very cold, but we appreciate you taking your time to be with us this evening, as well as to our investors. Thank you so very much. So, as Josiah mentioned, for the first time, we will be having a pitcher pitch virtually. So, the pitcher is Namibian, however, he is currently based in the United States, and he will be our first pitcher for the evening. So, our first startup, without further ado, is George Nekwaya pitching Buffr. Do we have George?
Hi, evening everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we can. Go ahead, George.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for being here tonight. My name is George Nekwaya. I studied at NAST where I obtained my bachelor's in civil engineering. I'm now at Brandeis University in the US pursuing my MBA with a focus in data analytics as well as innovation and strategy. I'm joining in tonight from the startup nation of Israel, Tel Aviv, where I'm a business development intern at a data science startup that deals with providing analytical solutions for financial institutions. They are basically the Netflix for financial institutions like banks. If there's one thing I do miss about home is food like kapana. So let's get right to the problem. Toby sells kapana in the location. He's frustrated by the inefficient process of getting his payments into his bank account. Despite there being safety concerns around dealing with cash, he still opts to receive his payments that way. Well, not anymore. With new changes with the banking regulations and infrastructure, sellers like Toby can now receive payments seamlessly with a few easy steps. By scanning a QR code, entering an amount, Toby can now receive payment directly into his bank account and build and track his credit, allowing him access to financial services such as loans that were previously not eligible or qualified for. With existing mobile wallets, Toby has to embark on a journey to multiple ATMs from each issuing bank. He faces a lot of losses along his journey, from taxi fares, purchasing airtime, requesting for PINs, as well as withdrawal charges. With what we do is that we reduce the time it takes for Toby to receive payments into his bank account, a process that would take normally about an hour to a fraction of a minute. That's 120x in value creation simply by being a verified user on the Buffr app. Our unfair advantage is high technical expertise. We have a technical partner in India that has years of experience in development of technical products. While we are pre-product, we will leverage on collaborations and various forms of media to reach our customers. We capture value in two main ways, non-interest income as well as interest income. We'll use an agile approach by releasing our products in stages, leveraging on feedback from users as we grow and scale. So this is our team. As I said, I'm George, I'm the hero, I'm the CEO. I drive the vision and mission of the company forward. On our team, we also have Evan. Evan studies with me at Brandeis. He's doing the Masters in Finance program with a focus in fintech. He is our Chief Operating Officer and ensures smooth operations and people management. We also have with us Pablo Hamata. Some of you might be familiar with him as he's been featured in a few articles in the Namibian Brief, where he shares his expertise on cybersecurity. We also have a global advisory board spanning across the USA, India, Israel, Namibia, as well as the UAE. We are looking for investment, design partnerships, as well as collaborations with financial institutions to provide localized services and to grow within the space. Our ask is for a minimum of $550,000, which is roughly a bit over 10 million Namibian dollars that will go towards R&D, product development, as well as design. Thank you for leveling up with Buffr, and I'm ready for questions.
Thank you so very much, George. Any questions from our angels?
Yeah, thanks, George, for that. So, okay, obviously, I understand that your pre-product. But maybe what I failed to understand was the product itself. I don't know, maybe I just didn't get that. So, what is the product? What problem is it solving that currently exists in Namibia? And that's, I know it's a payments product, but what exactly does it do?
Okay. Thank you for your question. So the product is a payment platform in the form of a web app as well as a mobile app. We allow payments to be made seamlessly by having USSD payments as well as QR code payments for merchants, sellers. On the slide, we have a mock-up of what the app would look like. We have a multi-sided business model where we have sellers on one end and consumers on the other end. Other features also includes intuitive money management features where people can then get to have access to wealth management from the convenience of their phone. The problem it's solving the lengthy process it takes sellers such as Kapana merchants to get their payments safely and securely into their bank accounts. A process that takes over an hour to go to each of bank's ATM, redeem the vouchers, and then go to their bank to deposit the cash. We are now able to, within seconds, have that directly deposited into their bank accounts and help them build credit, allowing them access to more financial services.
Thanks, sir. So there's a follow-up question. So who actually collects the cash?
So with the new changes with the regulations and financial infrastructure in Namibia, there will be interoperability between banks, and we will build on top of this infrastructure to seamlessly facilitate these payments. So the merchant will have a QR code that's unique to them, and the consumers will scan the QR code or enter their unique user ID and make the payment directly into their bank account.
Okay, thanks.
So there's no handling of physical cash, everything is done digitally.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, George. I have a question. My question is, who are your competitors in the Namibian landscape? I think I see the banks here.
All right, competitors in Namibia. Hello? Yep. Competitors in the Namibian landscape include existing banks, existing banking services, as well as existing loan providers.
Sorry, and then my follow-up question is, how do you intend to take a market share from them? So, yeah, I guess. Or is it like a value add on top of what the banks are already doing?
Okay, we have a multi-approach. One, as we expressed, is that we're looking for collaborations with financial institutions to enhance offerings to the communities. And we see it more as like, on one side, there's competition, and we will do our market penetration by collaborating with institutions that do activations. We'll also have collaborations with municipalities, such as the ones that own the open markets, where you have a lot of informal vendors operating there. We will then be able to make sure that these vendors get to safely and securely transfer their payments or their earnings into their bank accounts.
Thank you, George, for the presentation. So if I understand correctly, your clients would have to have bank accounts, right? But what about, for example, Kapana vendors that don't have bank accounts?
So for Kapana vendors that don't have bank accounts, We are considering having a virtual wallet. We are just going to make sure about the requirements in terms of like actually holding cash on our platform instead of just facilitating the payments. But there is accommodation for such vendors in consideration.
Okay, we have one more question from an angel joining us online, Ms. Asteria Pirola. How is what you are building going to compete against Flutterwave, a payment platform coming from Nigeria and has recently partnered with Microsoft to compete in sub-Saharan Africa, including Namibia? George, did you get that? Should I repeat?
I got it. So we will leverage on our broad network and technical expertise. I did do industry research on payments around Africa, as well as other competitors that are Stec, that we came from Nigeria to South Africa. We are having those in mind, and we do have strategies to compete against them. However, our focus is also just to really focus on getting it right first in Namibia by addressing the pain points of our local market and grow and expand gradually and respond to threats from competitors. Did you get that?
Yes, well received, George. Any other questions, angels? All right. Thank you so much, George. Thank you for your pitch. Please do join us on the stream link. All right, good night. Can we put our hands together for George? Swiftly moving on, we have our second pitcher for the night. In keeping with time, I'd like to call up Miss Kuku Angula, pitching for STEC Leathers. Can we please put our hands together for Kuku? Just fun fact, Kuku means grandmother in Oshiwambo, so let's pay our elders respect.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kuku Angula, the founder of Stec Namibia. Stec stands for Save the Ex-Convict. The problem that we have identified within the society is that Namibia depends on other countries for shoe production. As a result, we end up empowering other economies or other countries economically and really sidelining our own. So we've also realized that we need to create employment and at the same time diffuse societal stigma placed on ex-convicts that once a criminal, always a criminal. So our business concept has two functions. One being the rehabilitation of ex-convicts, and the other leg of the business is really business operations as usual. So our solution is that we want to curb Namibia's dependency on other countries for footwear, create employment for ex-convicts, rehabilitate and reform ex-convicts by offering offender risk management and public safety approach, and also to recycle conveyor belts and tires that we use as shoe soles for our operations. So the market, our market is comprised really of everyone, as everyone wears shoes and appreciate a good quality pair of shoes. So our products cater to everyone in Namibia. We have a variety of products for all Namibians. However, our key customers are millennials who prefer quality over quantity. And there's also a huge potential for growth purposes that is now on production of school uniforms. Our biggest competitor currently in the country is Shilongo Leatherworks. So we want to demonopolize our main competitor, because once you mention leather shoes in the country, everybody thinks of Shilongo Leatherworks. So we sort of want to demonopolize that. And also because our products are cheaper but of equivalent quality, the ones offered by Shilongo Leatherworks. So Stec will also adopt a reselling scheme to broaden our customer base, which our competitor currently does not do.
Sorry. So
Next. Our marketing strategy, definitely word of mouth. We have our products out there in the society already, and a lot of customers that we currently get, it's people that have seen other people wearing our products, and we have a referral from those that have already bought our products. We also want to utilize social media sites by making use of or collaborating with influencers. That is where the world is heading at the moment as far as marketing is concerned. We would also be utilizing mainstream media, that is radio and television. We have tried already or tested that, and it works perfectly well. However, marketing is very expensive. We will be making use of bulk or push SMSs. We'll make use of hard copies distribution. And we'll also devise Stec yearly activities like Christmas in October, Stec Market Day exclusively, and factory floor sales that we'll be holding on a yearly basis, because we are still running on a sort of trial and error. So we have a lot of, not really a lot, but we have a substantial factory floors that we want to offer for sales to the public. Our business model is that our products are very affordable. We produce on-trend products and classic and timeless products as well. We offer cheaper products than what is offered by our main competitor. And we'll also be offering wholesale packages for reselling purposes for people that would want to create jobs for themselves and resell our products. And we have also approached retailers to grant us shelving space in big retailers so that we don't carry that huge cost of rental. Our value proposition is that all our products are made from leather. They are cheaper than what is already offered in the market, but of higher quality. We engage sustainable production methods to save Mother Earth. We also create employment for and rehabilitation measures for ex-convicts so that they become law-abiding citizens and really contribute to the economy of the country as anybody else in the country is doing. Traction so far, Stec is generating income but at a very slow pace. Currently we have produced over 1,000 pairs of shoes, translating to over 300,000. We currently serve 200 customers and plan on expanding to 10,000 more, and really just to become a very known world brand in every household in Namibia. However, we suffered a very huge impact when COVID-19 came about in 2019-2020. The business really hit a deep dive, so it's as if we never operated when COVID-19 hit, although we started in 2017. And we want to fill the market with products that are intended for millennials. Our business or projection and scaling is that 2024 we are looking at projecting 500,000 if we manage to get the funding that we are looking for. 2025 we are looking at 800,000, and really just to carry on from there from 2026, profiting more than $1 million and going forth. Scaling, we want to offer wholesale packages to whoever wants to create employment for themselves, agents that work or that work door to door or that conduct door to door sales. We also want to have distributions in all regions, distribution agents in all regions, and establish depot sites. We want to collaborate with influencers for marketing purposes. We want to enter into consignment stock agreement with retailers and really just intensify our social marketing strategies. Recognition and milestones in 2018, we won the Sanlam Innovation Awards. In 2020, we were awarded the Stec trade-related facility. In 2021, we won the NCRSD Innovation Support Program for Women. And we also managed to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Ministry of Safety and Security as our major stakeholder or partner for ex-convict society integration collaboration purposes. We also secured a workshop with the city of Windhoek in Kommersdal at the Kommersdal Municipal Industrial Stores. We managed to purchase half of the machineries or industrial machineries that we need. We have not secured everything because shoemaking is really a very expensive exercise. And to the capacity that we want to produce, we really need more industrial machinery to be able to produce at a very intensive capacity and integrate as many ex-convicts as possible. We are still going through a sort of a trial and error because there is no shoe manufacturing industry in Namibia. So we are really just learning as we go, but we have gone through that in 2017 and 2018 when we started. We've really come a long way. We've also established a relationship with our suppliers, and our company policies and regulations are in place. So we have a very well-managed company. Stec team is comprised of me, Kuku, Angula, the founder. We have the master trainer, Farai Chinyepe. We have 3 cobblers and 1 seamstress. That is just the full-time team that works for Stec leathers. However, we do have part-time or temporary workers that come in on an ad hoc basis, depending on the work that we have at the time. We want to integrate as many ex-convicts as possible. However, with the capacity that we currently have, we are not able to do so. Our call to action is that we want to, equipping the shoe manufacturing workshop is very costly, and production capacity would warrant, in order to warrant a break even can be achieved only with industrial machineries. We are in need of around 700,000 to equip the workshop with industrial shoemaking machinery and industrial tools to maximize production capacity. We would also want to purchase raw materials in bulk and accelerate our production, at the same time intensify our marketing strategy, and also provide specialized leather handling training to all our employees and whoever will be employing in the future. Thank you. Those are just some of our products that we produce.
All right, thank you so much, Kuku. Angels, any questions?
Thank you very much, Kuku. I just want to understand around your sales strategy, especially in the past. Where did you sell, and what tactics did you or strategies did you employ to make sure that people were aware of your product and they bought it?
We had a place, a small rental space in Buffr. However, when COVID hit, unfortunately, we had to close, I think for a year and a half or 2 years. And luckily, we were allocated a workshop by the city of Windhoek. So we are currently operating in Kommersdal at our workshop, where we are also selling from. We have a small container where we sell our products from. And we are also very active on social media. So a lot of our clients, we get them from, or customers, we get them from social media.
Okay, but before, where did the majority of your sales come from? So social media was through sales at the shop you had. How did that come to be?
It's the walk-in clients, as we are very visible at the site.
The one with at Kusa Foods.
And in Kommersdal, yeah, Kusa Foods and Kommersdal.
Okay, but you say that COVID affected your business, and I'm assuming now you're selling less than you used to sell in the past.
We are really picking up now.
Are you picking up?
Yes.
Now? Okay, all right, thanks.
Thank you, Kuku, for the pitch. I wanted to ask about two things. One is that you mentioned that your products are higher quality than those of your competitors, but cheaper. So I wanted to understand, how do you manage to produce or to sell at a cheaper price if your products are higher quality, because presumably that means the cost of production would also be higher. And then the second question is around sustainability. You mentioned that that sustainability is an important part of your business model, and I wanted to understand more about how do you ensure that your production is sustainable.
All right, on producing higher quality but at a very lower rate, I mentioned previously that we make use of conveyor belts from the mines around the country, and also the tires that are non-biodegradable. So the soles of our shoes are more stronger than the soles of the shoes that are currently in the market, because what is currently in the market is the traditional soles that are not really as strong as the conveyor belt soles. So that is how our quality comes in, compared to our competitors. And your second question was, sorry.
How do you ensure sustainability of your operations?
The business is a very, we are managing sustainability at the moment, because we don't have a lot of employees. So with the capacity, or with the production that we are currently able to produce on a monthly basis, at least it's helping us to keep the business sustainable, because we are also managing our costs.
So you were referring to financial sustainability, not environmental sustainability. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Kuku, for the pitch. My question is, I guess it tags on to sustainability and capacity, which you said is quite, tied. But you also made mention of, I don't know if it's ex-convicts or convicts.
Ex-convicts, yes.
Ex-convicts, yes. Could you please, I want to hear more about that, because I don't think I got the context very well, and how that impacts capacity, if at all.
All right, with ex-convicts, I got to start working with them when I'm in the legal field. So while I was doing my hours in court and filling my diary, I got an opportunity to be consulting clients in prison. And a lot of these people, once you now leave them, not engaging them anymore, they come back to you in their private capacities, asking for assistance, be it monetary or to assist their family members. So I decided rather that just because I do not really want to be giving money to ex-convicts on an ad hoc basis, let me rather establish a sort of a non-governmental organization. Initially, I wanted to establish a non-governmental organization. However, I realized that even if you establish a non-governmental organization, it's a non-profit making organization, and these people would need assistance once they are released from prison. And they have also had their concern that due to the fact that they come out of prison with criminal records, not everybody is willing to employ them. Not even their previous employers are willing to take them on as employees. So I then decided to establish a Stec, Save the Ex-Convict, so that I can sort of rehabilitate them, give them a second chance, and reform them at the same time, while they are also sort of transferring knowledge to other ex-convicts that are not empowered, or that are not equipped with the type of training that others have gotten in prison. Because when they're in prison, they are not just idling. There is several variety of workshops that the government has set up, so that at least these people can be equipped with knowledge and training. When they come out, at least they will be able to create jobs for themselves. But not everybody that is out of prison has that capacity to do so, and they would need to rely on somebody else to provide employment for them. Hence now Stec, the establishment of Stec as a company at the same time, and also a sort of a reforming and rehabilitative institution and employment creations institution, yeah.
Thank you. So in some ways, you'd say that you would incorporate waste management in your process, right? In terms of the old tires as well as the conveyor belts. Would you say that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Just a reminder to our audience, we do have angels that are tuning in online, and we have a question from one who's joining us from Italy, Miss Asteria Pirola. Firstly, she says that sustainability is a bit tricky for leather goods. Tourism could perhaps be an entry point. Her question for you, congratulations on your pitch. About August 24, the manufacturing factory. What is August 26? Thank you for the correction. Manufacturing factory. What is your competitive edge as far as that is concerned? What sets you apart? You.
What sets us apart from August 26 is that I have not seen them producing strictly with leather materials. I think they do have or they have incorporated materials as well. However, our products are exclusively leather. That is what really sets us apart from.
Mind that there is a distance from where she is to the distance where she's going. The hassle, the congestion and traffic, the risk of getting involved in an accident, if she does, the medical cost to it, the vehicle insurance attached to that as well, and the loss of time and money it is. Instead of then, and if she does get there on time, she then gets to hear that the office is closed or they are out of power, which is a norm in our day-to-day business in offices here. It be parastatals or small offices. Instead of then having an e-commerce app platform that allows all these variants Errand under one umbrella. So let's say our virtual investor or potential investor, let's say, is in Italy as we speak, and she'd like to run an errand down here. Then this sufficient app would then be able to assist her in expediting that timely and efficiently. Statista is a global institute and has predicted or stated that the e-commerce sector was valued at about 66 billion in 2019 and is expected to grow about 32.9% between 2020 and 2027. Of course, when people aren't going back to the traditional ways of doing their day-to-day business again. The marketing strategy. Everyone is our customer, especially those customers seeking quality service and a lifestyle of convenience. With, let's say, having a market of 0.5 clients in the world, based on the current population, we tend to be rendering service to about 40 million customers worldwide. The existing market currently for my competitors would be the likes of the Egos, Uber, InDrive, Taxi Connect, and Lefa. However, Lefa being restricted to Windhoek only. Our strategy for boosting the company would be then influence leveraging, activations, affiliating transport unions, and. To get some sales strategy, we like to use some incentives, which is now retainer discount, client discounts, rewards, and so forth. I'm not going in detail now on the price, because of time. Thank you. Our model basically would be to have a platform where anyone can then tap on, we're able to do or to put in a request for booking, and the freelancers all over the world would then claim that, expedite the errand and get majority of the funds out of it. And then we would then be getting about 10 to 25% commission basis on each errand being run by the app, where of course the customer can be able to request, track, and see whether the item is being delivered or expedited, and then get to successfully pay. We are not limited compared to our competitors at this very moment. Know your customer policy, of course, will be enhanced through this app, creating a lifelong relationship with our customers. For the existing platforms, there's an existence loop for ad hocs, of course, and that would be to add our services to their platforms. The market fit at this moment, pardon my cartoonistic chart there. At the moment, let's use a hotel for example. Tourism industry in Namibia. For those that have traveled, you know when you land, the only people you get to trust are the people you're mostly interacting with, which is your Uber driver perhaps, or your front desk receptionist, which of course might not be very helpful in running errands. So then app would then suffice. Similar to when one is hospitalized, the outside world still continues. And with the retirement homes, the plan is to have then contract deals where we do delivery on a monthly or weekly running errands for the elderly is. Traction. We've been tried and tested for 5 years, generating about 650,000, servicing 5 to 7 customers, plus minus at break even. This app then helps us reduce the cost for operational costs, and selection of freelancers will be dealt whereby they will have to be vetted for criminal record and given a small training and then write a test in order to be part and parcel of this. Our financial projections. With our one vehicle for sale, for example, let's say we generate on a monthly 13,000 give or take, which we do about 100 tasks or 100 runs for that one fleet. If let's say we give it 1 month of launching the app, let's say we have 4 fleets, we expect to generate about 50,000 Namibian dollars. And a year from that, with let's say 100 fleets, we expect to make about 1.6 billion, and we expect to break even at about 6 to 8 months. And the long-term end of financial projections is, let's say we launch in Windhoek or Namibia. When we then part to South Africa, when we extend to Angola, elsewhere in the world, we'll have a joining fee, a representative fee usually, where someone that joins in, pays a specific amount, and then we assist them with the marketing and so forth in that specific country, or then we give them the outline of what we need to do. I'm the founder and director, and I've been running this business for about 7 years. I've done some leadership training, and I've been in customer service for about 10 years, to be exact. We are seeking 180,000 for completion of our app and marketing it is to dominate the diversification of the logistics sector. After, of course, COVID-19, and that has changed the whole lot of traditional ways of doing things. I then thank you. My name is Silvanus. Good day.
Thank you, Silvanus. I have 2 questions for you. I think the first one would be, I personally don't like downloading apps on my phone. Is there any way you could have this as a web app, for instance? So that way I can just go to a website and request. And what is the pros? I mean, why an app instead of doing that? This is the question. Secondarily, instead of having your own fleet that could be expensive, why don't you partner up with? Because when you partner up with another entity, like recently, I think one of the entities we invested in here is 2-point delivery, for instance. And then your app basically receives a request and you work together with them for them to deliver instead of you buying your own fleet. Isn't that something you would consider? It's just 2 questions I have.
The one question, yes, we can be a web a website can be then created, if not an app. Because of course a web would be then easier to maintain than an app. However, where the world is going today, I'm not sure on the implications or the technical implications that one would have with the app, the website. I'm not quite familiar on that one. The second one, joining an existing firm. Yes, it's possible. And we had no plans on buying our own fleet. It would be freelancers joining on with their fleet. We just create a platform for them. Similar to then the 2 point, we create a platform and they execute. Those that have the capacity and so.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. My question is on risk management. I think two and two. The first one is, I don't know if I saw correctly that there's cash on delivery. So that's the first question. How do you manage that no delivery is done and you don't, a delivery is done and you don't receive the cash? I may have seen it incorrectly, but that's just on that. And the second one is, I'm assuming you want to use a model similar to Uber, I guess in some sense, where you get freelancers to join on. And then, now my question is as well, there's a risk element there. I think you may briefly have touched on it. How do you, what do you have in place to manage that risk? I think if you go back to Uber, or you can even think of Airbnb, but basically using almost like, I don't want to say strangers, but like these freelancers. So vetting becomes quite a very significant risk, and ultimately possibly also could be a huge cost for you to some extent.
Thank you. Just repeat your first question again.
My first question was risk management as it relates to cash, and I was giving the example of,
As we've been in existence for 5 years, our trial and error has been that clients had an issue with trust because it's a new venture in Namibia also. So we've had this back and forth with trust. How do I get to trust you with me giving you my money to do my license, this renewal, for example? So we've then had to start we've done errands for Old Mutual before. They've given us it was a Christmas package for their clientele, executive clientele. And I believe with that, we then rubbing shoulder with Old Mutual at least assisted us to gain more trust from the public. And apart from that, based on the risk, we will not be acquiring a lot of risk because our risk will be distributed to the freelancers. Our vetting process then will allow us to do a criminal check, which of course it's in every country and every police station.
So my question on the risk side, ultimately, how do you make money from the freelancers? If they're the ones that are getting the cash, how do you make sure that you get the dollar in your door? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if my question is not clear.
Okay. Then the plan was for whoever then downloads the app will then be able to register. Once you register, we give you an option. If let's say we then go out to buy, let's say you'd like to buy flowers for your mother perhaps. So you then would say, oh listen, I'd like to go out and run this specific errand, buy my flowers. However, I want to pay only after it is done. It's not a problem. We will charge you in a little bit extra because of us having to use our own money. It is. So then the freelancer, him tapping on, will have to use a specific petty cash on his account, which of course every other freelancer or every other user or one rendering the service should have an account, which of course will have a specific petty cash in it. I'm not sure if that answers your question.
Not really, but it's fine.
That's it.
Thank you for the pitch. I wanted to ask two things. So one, it kind of builds on my colleague's question about the risk associated with the freelancers. How do you ensure, since you're working with freelancers, how do you ensure that they deliver a quality service and a service in a timely manner and so on. And then I also wanted to ask about your customers. So you've been in business already for 5 years or so. What is the size of your customer base so far? And what percentage of your customers are returning customers?
Okay. Let's start with my customers, current customers. I serve about 7 customers. It is, we have clients where we take to school on a daily basis, transporting kids suffering from autism, 2 of them to be specific. We have a florist on our contract basis client. We have a leather product, a leather business, Cover Leather, a florist, Caribou Flowers. We run errands for APS, a security company. Yes, those are our current contract clients. We have 7 of them. The percent of clientels, okay, you mentioned a few years back then, all these clients were just one-time clientele. And they've been our reoccurring clientele, and therefore they have encouraged us to sign contracts with them. The risk involved in using freelancers, for example, we then have when one gets to register, there'll be a questionnaire, and they'll be allowed to write at least an entry test. Unfortunately, it won't be for everyone because there needs to be some basic efficacy level and understanding of specific things. Customer service it is, as we believe we've been in the business for some time and we have become the epitome of customer service. So at least these are the type of things we'd like to make sure our freelancers have before then going in the field, and give them a small pre-package to be able to run their errands out there.
Angels, the angels to my left. Don't want to pick on anyone. Any questions?
Thank you. Mine is, you've been running this for 5 years now. You're running it on a full-time basis or it's a side hustle? And the other one is, what do you see, once you have gotten the investment, what will be your biggest cost driver? Is it labor? Is it technological support? Where do you see spending most of your money, most of that investment?
So what's the first one again?
Is this a side hustle?
Yes. Okay, no, it has always been a full-time job for me. We started off taking taxi. Now we have 2 fleets. So yeah, that's the one. It's a full-time business. And the funds mostly will be used for marketing. Technological support in app, we are 25-30% completed in the app. Still about 70% we need to complete, and most of the funds will be headed into marketing.
Thank you.
And potential investors. My name is Bonas Masiku. I'm the CEO and founder of NABAN Naturals. Hair breakage, dry hair tangles are things of the past with NABAN Naturals. Or if you are currently looking for clean and green natural hair products, look no further. NABAN Naturals is here for you. We are here to restore confidence in the natural hair community. We have crafted a range of natural hair products. We have growth butters in our basket there. We have moisturizing shampoos and conditioners. We have the moisturizing spray. We have the styling cream, and we have hair treatment. Those products, they are the driving solution to the natural hair community. Our products are of premium grade, and they are nourishing, they are highly moisturizing, they are excellent for detangling, and they minimize breakage as well as they stimulate hair growth. Our products are crafted from the goodies of natural ingredients that are known or they have proven benefits for hair growth and for strengthening the hair. Our ingredients that we use, they are biodegradable, they don't pollute the environment, they are not toxic to the user, and they're environmentally friendly. The healthcare business, it's a booming business, and it's a very lucrative business as well. And if you look at the projections in Africa, we have a projection of a projected growth that is estimated to be around 58 million in Namibia between 2023 and 2027. And for the African continent, it's expected to reach about 994 million US dollars by 2026. And the key market areas where the hair care products are on demand is South Africa, Nigeria, and Kenya. We also have the upcoming regions such as Ethiopia, Tanzania, Ghana, and Cameroon. And these are the key regions that we want to at least take a share from the lucrative business, and we want to at least take at least 0.1, 0.5 of the market share so that we can make our presence known. The market strategy that we have in place is we want to continue expanding our presence on social media, because we know that most of the clients, they're evolving towards the use of social media, so it's easy to get clients from there. And currently we do direct customer sales, and we want to venture with the retailers as well as wholesalers to make sure that our products are reaching to the regions where we cannot reach, since we are still a startup company. Our unique value proposition lies in the fact that we only use the finest selected natural ingredients crafted together with our advanced formulation techniques to give you the product that offers that speaks to your hair problems. Our products are comprehensive. We have a comprehensive set that answers to all your hair needs. As I've already indicated, the range of product that we currently have, and they are cost effective, and our business is scalable. We have had more than 300 customers. This is just in Namibia. And with this, we have more than 100 returning customers with good reviews, and we have more than 200 interested prospects. Our company was registered in 2020 around August, and we have generated quite a significant amount of revenue. The first year it was actually moving well until 2021 when we hit the COVID pandemic, where we saw a decline in sales. And from last year, the sales have been picking up, and we are hoping that we are going to generate more revenue. And you can see our profit margins so far. It was bad in 2021, but it's picking up. So behind Namibia Natural is our super team. That's myself. We have our 2 sales and marketing assistants, Ms. Kuku and Ms. Prudence Mundia, and we have Mr. Kalondas Masifu, our logistic manager. So since Namibia Natural is still a startup company that wants to expand and to tap into the market share that is available in Africa, we are in need of financial assistance. The first one is to buy equipment, to buy background materials, to rent out a manufacturing facility, to certify our products, as well as we need funds for marketing. So in order for us to rapidly grow up and catch up with our competitors, we are requesting for at least $1 million for 10% equity. So thank you very much. We are hoping that one of our angels is going to hold us by our hand and to make us realize our dream. So don't forget, Namibia Naturals, we have all your hair needs in one basket.
Angels, any questions? Yes. Good evening.
Good evening. I would like to know the products that you offer are organic products. The products are organic products, but not certified organic, but they are sourced from raw materials that are organic, yes. And the raw materials do you get from here, from Namibia? The raw materials currently we are getting them from South Africa, of which the supplier they're also getting them from either Ghana or other African countries. The reason why we're not yet using the Namibian raw material is we have testing issues because we still have to send them to South Africa for testing, and that is a bit of a costly, it's a costly procedure. But we are looking into incorporating Namibian raw materials into our product. It's something that is doable and something that we are planning to do.
Thank you. You mentioned your specific production techniques for these products. What is unique about your production techniques, and what expertise do you have on the team around production of these products?
The unique expertise that we have lies in the CEO and the founder, which is me. I'm a chemist by profession, and I hold a Master's of Science degree in chemistry. I'm a formulator, and I'm a forensic scientist. So with that, I believe that I can take the business further because I have all the skills that are necessary to do the manufacturing or the formulation.
Thank you very much, Bruna. I just want to understand, in terms of your current traction, how have you been selling, who has been your clients, and also, I guess, also talk about the future. If you do get the certification, what are the plans for expansion?
Okay, how we've been selling? For now, we've been selling directly to our customers. Mostly our customers they are from social media platforms, and including the word of mouth, like one-on-one. But we want to move to venture into having our products in the retailers because we are currently experiencing the issue of we have customers in most of the parts of the countries, and they want the products immediately as they see them on social media, and sometimes it's a bit there are delays because we have to negotiate on transport because they are so reluctant to pay the transport fee. So we want to get the products nearer to them. So currently we have a few agents that we have in place in different in a few towns in Namibia, and we've also tested a few pharmacy in Windhoek. We have products in Windhoek pharmacy. So we really want to make the products near because they don't have to call us or to contact every day one-on-one for us to deal with them as they request for the products. And the second one was which one?
Yeah. What are the plans for expansion? Maybe before you even get there, what is the certification journey look like for your product before you get it on the shelves? And then how will you then get it on the shelves, and which shelves do you want to get it into?
The certification that we want is to certify them for being natural products, and we have to do that with testing labs in South Africa, so we need funds for that. When it comes to getting the products in the shops, we are looking at retailers like ShopRite or Pick n Pay or even Clicks if we happen to get space in their retail stores.
So, just a last question. I'm assuming the 1 million ask includes your expansion plans to the other countries, correct?
Yes.
Now, given the tractions that you've shown, do you think you're ready to expand beyond the Namibian borders? Maybe the question is, have you had clients in Kenya right now as it stands? Or what was it, Ghana or the other ones? Because I'm just thinking maybe you want to first get that certification and that be the priority, establish a market here very well, and then I'm just saying this because that obviously impacts your ask and then possibly getting the money to get what needs to get done right now already. But yeah, I think maybe the question then is like, do you have any traction already so far in South Africa or Kenya or Ghana? Or yeah, I don't know what the rush is. Given the traction in Namibia is still a bit low. I guess that's what I'm asking.
No, we're not really getting certification to go out of the country, but it's something that we are looking for. We want to export to reach other African countries. We have had clients, maybe one or two in mostly the study countries that are getting abroad, and some of them are interested. They want to be agents for our company, but we are still trying to make sure that the local market is settled. And when we started with the company, we were manufacturing small batches, and currently we are able to produce at least 200 products per batch. We started with 20, and we've been scaling up over time. So we need funds to be able to scale up fully, because at the moment our production is still manual. We do everything manual, all the manufacturing, everything, including the packaging and all the putting on the labels. So we want to get equipment that can help us to facilitate the process much easier, either to be semi-automated or to be automated equipment to make the process easier for us. And we need marketing funds to make the product known out there, because marketing is very expensive. And we've been trying with social media, because we can't reach out to the radios and television so far, but those are the areas that we want to venture in. So with the funding, it will be easier for our products to be known in Namibia, and then that will make it easy for our product to be known on the African continent, and to easily facilitate our export. We have to export out.
Okay, any more questions, Angels?
Thank you for the presentation. Mine is on sustainability. There's really a huge drive to do things differently from an environmental protection point of view. You mentioned the products or the processes you guys are using are environmentally friendly. Can you elaborate on that? And is there any other sustainability component of the business that you can perhaps elaborate, or that you're planning to include either in the process or in the way you do business?
Okay, when it comes to environmental sustainability of our products, we only use the products that are not toxic for human health, and they don't affect the environment as well. So it's products that are biodegradable and that are not toxic, either to the aquatic life or to human health. And when it comes to it's the issue of what is the second one? Sorry. It's sustainability in terms of okay. The other one is we use the packaging of the packaging material that we use is recyclable material or reusable containers. So you can use the container more than once. You don't have to throw it in the bin after usage. And one of our motto that we are using now with the direct or customer that are within our reach, we normally offer services of refill. You can once you are done with the container, you can come back and refill at a discount. So that's one of the strategies that we give, especially that they don't dispose of the products the containers into the environment.
Thank you.
So, last question in part for me, in two parts. The first is, how big is the Namibian market for your business? So in terms of what your target market is, and then who are your competitors in Namibia as well?
Our target market in Namibia, we are looking at the natural hair community. And when you look at the statistics, we have a population of more than 1 million females. since most of the product users are females, and we are targeting the age group at least from 4 to at least 60. So we want at least to have 5% or 10% of the population to use our products. So that would be maybe around more than 100,000 or so. So we really want to cover a broad population in the country. And the second one was?
Competitors.
Local competitors, I know of Lotto.
In our audience.
Yes. Okay, they are the competitors, but okay, they have their line of cosmetic products and hair care products, but I believe that we have differences because ours, we have a comprehensive set. They may have sets that are catering for other needs, but ours, they are more specific to the natural hair community. And we have other upcoming entrepreneurs that are also trying to venture into the cosmetic industry. Apart from that, then I think the major one that we have is the international competitors, the likes of Kantu and the other big brands. So we want to make sure that our Namibian products, they are really getting into the shelf and getting to know our products so that we can at least boost our economy in the country.
All right, angels, any more questions? One more question. Just a bit unorthodox, we do have somebody from the audience who has eagerly raised their arm with a contribution. Investors, can we hear him out? Okay.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm Alugodi. I am the Agriculture and Sales Manager from Namibia Special Insurance Association. I stand here and really very delighted to the presentations made by the presenters. And I have really taken note that the issue here is money. Please,
Thank you.
Please bear with me because it's my first time coming here.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. And really, I just want to make a brief introduction. Namibian is a state-owned insurance company. We are really very known in the market for providing insurance or cover against your asset as a result of damage associated with political violence and terrorism act. We have one special risk product, and that product is the credit guarantee scheme. The government of Republic of Namibia has availed the fund in the form of seed capital, and that money is really meant for the aspiring entrepreneurs and the SMEs, and particularly also youth and women. And that money is sitting with Nasria. All what we need to do as aspiring and SME, you just need to provide a bankable business plan to the participating financial institutions. Currently, we have FNB, very active, as well as Standard Bank. And we are also working very hard to have Bank Windhoek and NetBank on board. And from the little information that I really have, they will soon be on board. So for finance, dear youth or women, all what we need to do is just to submit a bankable business plan to the financial institution. So there is no collateral needed. That is all one is. Thank you very much.
So we're going to join. Rather unexpected, but Lovely contribution. Thank you so much. You said Nasria. Thank you so very much. I think everybody has seen his face. Please hound him. Find him after the event. Get his business card. Get his number, because he did say it on the record that there is funding available for those brilliant, bankable, please take note, bankable ideas. All right, one more contribution and question from our angels and we'll wrap.
I would like to know how much have you invested so far into the business? Yes. We have invested more than 20,000. Okay. And what are the bases that you use to determine that $1 million investment represent 10% of shareholding of your company? We look at the market projection and how much we can tap into the market. So if you look at the growth of the haircare industry in Africa and Namibia at large, 10% equity for $1 million it's nothing. Yes. Once we get the business off the ground, we can make more than that. But for us to scale up rapidly at a pace we can catch up with the trend in the market, we need $1 million for at least a 10% equity.
And have you gotten any shelf space from one of the biggest retailer in the country?
Not yet.
Okay, thank you.
Angels, are we satisfied? Desmond, anything online? Okay, can we please put our hands together for a brilliant pitch from Joel? Wow, that brings us to the end, guys. Don't you guys feel sad? We're parting ways very soon, no, I'm kidding. We have open networking time and space outside, so please don't leave in a hurry. Please do chat to the people you have met here, the people next to you. Our angels will also be here. Please don't hound them for money. You know, do speak to them, do ask them questions if you have any, but they're not walking banks, okay? That's not how it works. I think before closing, we want to always thank FNB for partnering with us, for always supporting initiatives